Man, I can't believe I'm in the Oval Office with the President of the United States. Pretty swanky here, Mr. President. I just was the chauffeur for the priest that met with you, last couple of days. And he tells me, hey, go talk to the president. I said, me? Me? I just drove you up here, Father. That's all. I want to go talk to the president. I'm just a guy from the Southside Chicago. He says, no. I told him about you. He says, go and talk to him. I said, what am I gonna say? He says to me, Joe, just tell him what's on your mind. You're good at that. Yeah, I know. Just ask my wife. Well, Mr. President, good to meet you. Now, I'll tell you what's on my mind. The priest told me to. I ain't got nothing else to offer you. I ain't no expert, just a guy from the South Side. First thing I want to tell you, I want you to remember this. I'm a Byzantine Catholic. Now, I know you don't know what that is, because you're what we call on the South Side, we call you a WASP. A WASP, yeah. Yeah, WASP. It stands for White Anglo-Saxon Protestant. That's what you are. Now, I'm not holding that against you. I'm just saying, because you're a WASP, it seems like the only kind of presidents we get in America are WASPs. I don't know why that is. I ain't got nothing against them. Even the guys that say they're Catholic, like Biden, they still act more like a WASP, a white Anglo-Saxon Protestant. Anyway, the problem is, I want you to know something. In my church, Byzantine Catholic Church, which you don't know what it is, now you do, we pray for you, I bet you about 10 times during our Mass, which we call liturgy. You know that Sunday church service? I know your church just kind of sings some songs and, somebody preaches, but we do this liturgy. It's real fancy. And we pray for our civil authorities. Gotta be at least 10 times. I was wondering, well, how come we're praying for these guys so much? Are they egomaniacs or something? Then the priest taught me, no, Joe. We pray for them over and over again because they're in need of our prayers. They got the toughest job in the world next to the Pope. I said, oh, okay, now I get it. I just want you to know, Mr. President, no matter what anyone thinks or feels about you in my church, we're still going to pray for you. We're going to pray for you over and over again so that you do well. And God protects you, protects our country. Okay? That's the first thing you got to know. All right? And the other thing is, you should talk to people like us, like me, Because you're a WASP, let me tell you something. I talk to you straight. Because you're a WASP, the WASP presidents never understand anyone who's in the eastern part of the world. Now, that's where my heritage comes from, a Byzantine Catholic from where the war is now, in Ukraine, So we understand those people over there. You remember you ran on the platform, you said, oh, if I'm elected president, I'll end that war in Ukraine in one day. Well, you didn't, but you could have if you would have talked to guys like me. Because them's our people over there. We know them. We know how to deal with Putin. I mean, you, Mr. President, it's like you're in love with the guy or something. Not really. I mean, come on now. I got to talk to you. I came in here to talk to you straight. The priest told me to. That's the only thing I know how to do on the South Side. We talk straight. Yeah, you're like in love with the guy. You don't know how to deal with them. We know how to deal with them. Yeah, you would have called me up. I could have told you how to end that war in one day. Oh, and them Iranians. Mr. President, you got to understand something. These people, especially these Muslim extremists like that, they ain't never going to stop fighting. It's like, mine's like in World War II, them kamikazes Japs, even when the war was over, them Japs kept fighting on the island. They weren't ever going to quit. I guess that's kind of like why we dropped the atomic bomb on them. I mean, I want to see that. Things are different. It's higher stakes today. You can't be doing that stuff. Hope you're not thinking of that. Or Israel, no one's thinking of that. It's a much higher stakes then. But anyway, that's one of the reasons we did it. I'm not saying it was right or wrong. All I'm saying is they wouldn't stop. Because the people in the East, you got to understand this, Mr. President. The people in the East, they're like real spiritual. No matter what religion they are, they do stuff out of that. And when you do stuff for your God, or wherever you think your God is, you'll go all the way, and you don't fear nothing. and you will not stop fighting if you think you're fighting for your God. And that's what these Muslims think, especially them extremist Muslims. That's why they ain't never going to stop, Mr. President. You can bomb them all you want. It's going to take a lot more than bombs to change that situation over there. Somehow, we got to get them to change their heart, change their belief. Listen, I'll tell you something. I ain't no theologian. I'm just a Southside guy that goes to church. I learn stuff from the priest. And the one thing I learned is there ain't no priest. There ain't no peace. No peace. There ain't nothing that works out right unless you're doing it according to God and Jesus Christ. I ain't here to preach to you. I'm here to talk to you straight. I'm talking practical stuff here, Mr. President. Unless them people over there in the Middle East accept Jesus Christ and understand in the right way, you're always going to have to be bombing or doing something. I'm telling you. I don't think anyone around here is going to tell you that. But I'm going to tell you that. So, remember this. We're praying for you. You got to do things God's way. I suggest you learn what the church says. A priest taught me this about, it's called just war. Like how to do war. I suggest you talk to people like us who are from those parts of the world. We understand how to deal with these people. I'm sorry, Mr. President, but you don't. I know you think you do, but you don't. Look at the results. Remember, you could have ended that war in one day. You could have. Now we don't know when it's going to end. We don't know when this Iranian war is going to end. I'll tell you, they're not going to stop fighting one way or the other. They're going to keep on going. That's all I want to say to you. I ain't got a whole lot more to say. I didn't know what the priest wanted me to say. He said, say what's on your mind. I'm telling you what's on my mind. And remember one thing. I know you like firing people, but you can't fire us. It's the other way around, Mr. President. I'm just trying to be truthful. We fire you. We hire you, voting and all your supporters, all your people from your party and all that. Remember, we little guys, we hire you. We fire you, okay? I'm just trying to help you out here, you know what I mean? So I appreciate you giving a guy like me this time here in the Oval Office. This is a real kick. We're like the other guys tonight to Columbus. We should take a selfie in a few minutes, before I go. Oh, what's that? What's that? Is this for me? Mr. President, is this for me? Wow. Man. I can never afford one of these. Thank you. You know what? Maybe some of that bad stuff people say about you isn't true after all.